Okay, let's just get right into it. The way you find, well, anything online is changing, and it's changing fast. AI is totally rewriting the rules of the game. And today, we're going to dig into what it actually takes to be seen in this brand new world. So, let me just ask you a question right off the bat. Are you invisible online? I mean, really think about it. Your business, your brand, how do people find you? Because here's the really wild part. You might be totally invisible and have absolutely no idea. It's like there's this new shadow economy for attention, and most of us are still completely in the dark. Which brings us to our first major point, and honestly, it's a bombshell. The search engine, the one we've all used for decades, it's dead. Or at least the old version of it is. For as long as we can remember, searching meant getting a list of blue links and then doing all the work yourself, right? You'd click around, piece things together. But now, we just ask an AI a question and boom, we get a single, direct answer. We've stopped being researchers and we've started becoming receivers of information that we're kind of trained to just trust. And look, this isn't some far-off prediction. This is happening right now. More than half of all consumers are already making buying decisions based on these AI answers. Just let that sink in. That means for every two people looking for what you offer, one of them might never even see your website if you're still just playing the old search game. So, what happens when half your audience just stops using search engines the old way? Well, you risk becoming what we're calling an AI ghost. Let's break down what that actually means. This chart here really paints the picture. We call it the visibility gap. Brands that are still stuck on old SEO tactics are already losing up to 40% of their traffic. And why? It's because they're totally invisible to the AI that's now the main guide for their customers. So it really boils down to three huge problems. First, you've got that visibility gap we just saw. Second is blind analytics. I mean, companies are still obsessed with their Google rankings while the real game is being played on a completely different field. And third, and this one's crucial, there's the trust deficit. These AI models only recommend brands that they see as authoritative. If you're not part of that trusted data set, to the AI, you're basically a ghost. Okay, that all sounds a little bleak, right? But what if, instead of being a ghost that nobody sees, you could become the ghost in the machine? What if you could actually influence what the AI says? Well, that's the whole idea behind a company called RankCaster AI. RankCaster is out here pioneering a whole new category they're calling AI visibility marketing. You might also hear the term AEO for answer engine optimization. See, this isn't about tricking an algorithm with keywords anymore. It's about systematically managing your brand's reputation inside the AI's brain. And they have this 5-step process to pull it off. It starts with demand capture, basically figuring out the real questions your customers are asking. Then they use predictive analytics to see which of those questions are most likely to lead to a sale. Precision monitoring keeps an eye on what the AIs are saying about you, and source mapping figures out where the AI is getting its info. And then the secret sauce, this thing called an agentic web layer. The simplest way to think about it is like building a direct hotline from your content straight into the AI's brain, making sure it learns from you. It's a whole system. So what this all means is that the old metric we all cared about, your Google ranking, it's becoming irrelevant. The new goal, the new obsession, is having a high answer presence rate, or APR. It's super simple. When a customer asks the question, does the AI mention you? Your APR is the new page one, and it's the only one that's going to matter. This all sounds fantastic in theory, but is it a real business? Let's take a quick look at RankCaster's numbers and see how they're doing. These numbers really tell the story of how urgent this problem is. In their pilot program, almost 1 in 3 companies that just tried the platform immediately signed up as paying customers. That's not just casual interest. That signals a really critical, immediate business need. And they've built a really smart business around it. With a 70% operating margin, they're not just growing, they're building a super strong foundation to lead this whole new market for years to come. They're jumping into a market that sits right at this sweet spot between marketing technology and AI, which they figure is worth about $570 million. It's a brand new category, and they're pretty much the ones defining it. Their pricing model is pretty clever, too. It's a hybrid. It starts with a pretty standard software subscription to get you on the platform, but then they have a usage-based add-on for when you want to do a deep dive on specific prompts. This lets companies of all sizes get in the game and scale up as they go. Now, you can have a powerful idea, but you need a powerful team to actually make it happen. And the story behind the founders of RankCaster is every bit as interesting as their tech. So the company is led by CEO Andy Turekin from Israel. He's the strategy and vision guy. And CTO Yusuf Salam from Palestine, who leads all the technical architecture and development.
And they said this in a direct quote that just really stands out. RankCaster is proof that our peoples have a common future through creation. I mean, wow. It's just a powerful statement about collaboration and about building something new together.
So what's the big takeaway here? What do you really need to remember from all of this? Well, to borrow a great phrase from McKinsey, AI is now the new front door to the internet. It's the very first place your customers go. And that leads us to a really stark new reality. You basically have a choice. You either take control of what the AI says about your brand, or you sit back and let your competitors control that narrative for you. In this new world, doing nothing is still a decision. Which leaves us with one final and maybe a little unnerving question to think about. What is AI saying about you right now? Do you even know?
Dominate the narrative.